We're in Ultra Flex for legs. It is Friday, which is the only leg day I do. I do 1 leg a week. With Harry, who's currently warming up his big meaty calves. I've been working with Harry for 8 weeks now. He's one of my clients. So got him for legs today. Got Sam recording this, so it'll actually be a good quality video for once. He did my show day, which is the only good video on my channel at the minute. So Sam, you put your Instagram on screen now, mate. Normal leg day, ham curl, side back tack squat, gonna do 7.5, maybe 8 plates, we'll see how it feels. And then just take it from there really, so should be a pretty good session. Right, we'll start with a seated hamstring curl. The reason it's seated is I find it a lot harder to get it short on a seated hamstring curl. So putting it at the start of the session when my hamstring is still fresh, my ability to get the muscle short is better. And then towards the end of the session, I'll use the prime line hamstring curl because you can alter the resistance profile to suit your muscle at the end of the session. Pre-fatiguing the hamstrings first is because when we do a side back tack squat, it's very quad dominant movement. So pre-fatiguing your hamstrings, you get a lot more out of your hamstrings then when you move on to your squatting movement. And also, a seated hamstring curl is going to be the only movement that's going to warm up your patella joint without actually putting pressure through your patella. So when you warm up on a leg extension, like you're warming up your joint, but there's a lot of pressure going through that joint, whereas on a hamstring curl, there's no pressure going through it. God, I'm intelligent, aren't I? I am smart. Stop now. Oh, that's it. I use wraps for my top set of squats because they're the only thing that's going to apply direct pressure to your patella. When you use sleeves, yes, they support joint, keep your joints warm. They don't apply any direct pressure to your patella. So when I get really painful tendonitis and shit from squatting, wraps help that. And then so I'll only use wraps for top set on hack squat. For leg press, split squat, rest of the movements, I've got sleeves that I'll put on. So I only use wraps for this one. Just to cheat, mate, just pure ego. You're doing fine, yeah? Did it look quick? You meant to say, yeah, easy. Oh. Oh. Broken. Oh. Yep, easy, come off. Easy, come on. Ah! Yep. Ah! Come on. Yep, good. What the f*** is that shit? Mate, that's a joke. I'm dizzy as shit. Right, Harry's done a set and a half on hack squat. I've done one set that was a bit of a joke. That's a joke, as you've seen. Still a PR, got 7 plates and a 5 per side for 6, I think. Previous best was 7 for 6, so I'll take it. I just do one top set on hack squat because otherwise my knees are shot, and to get locked in for a back off set on there after that top set is not very doable. So I'll do 3 sets, high rep now. Obviously that's a bit powerlifty, just go as heavy as I can. Leg press I tend to run a lot higher volume, so I'll do 3 sets, all pretty high reps, and just fill the legs with blood now. So. You can see I'm a really shit coach. I'm making Harry go first, test out the weight, and then I'm just going to take a plate off, just so I don't waste my CNS. We've both never used this machine before. Normally do the Cybex. My lower back is ridiculously pumped after that. The Cybex seat, this bit, is very shallow, which I'm not a massive fan of. This one appeared to be a bit steeper, so I thought, let's do the Atlantis for once. Both never used it before, don't know what weight to do. Turns out 9 plates aside was a bit too heavy, mate. So I'm going to take a plate off and do 8. This is where I get 5 reps of 8 now. It's not even for my legs, this, it's my back. My lower back's crippled. Ah, fucking hell. I don't want it enough. Want it too much. Want to end up like Ronnie, mate. Yeah. Right, the usual EAAs. Not CMP this week. I've got Strom's Essential Max now. Reason being switch from CMP because CMP has no hydration formula in it, and on legs I always cramp a lot, so Strom's EAAs have all the EAAs you need, the full profile, as well as some electrolytes and hydration formula, so it also tastes a lot nicer than CMP's. Both available on Full Bore, code Eagles if you want anything. But yeah, the Berrylicious, I think it is, highly recommend. With split squats now, reason I'm doing it on a Smith machine is because for both Harry and myself, it's purely for quads. Obviously, you're going to indirectly work your glutes still, but primarily we want quads. So I've got a 10-degree wedge there. It's going to help the ROM by picking up your toes, increase knee flexion, recruit way more quad. With the Smith machine, it's going to keep me more upright as well. And just pure, like, I'm so much more stable in the Smith that all of my focus just goes on driving that knee over the toe. Whereas if you do it with a dumbbell, you're worried about balancing. It's easier to sit back into it and get more glutes. Whereas with a Smith machine, you can just purely isolate your quad. That was a better explanation than real was. Right, done split squats, onto more hamstring isolation now. It's a pretty quad dominant leg day to an extent because both Harry and I have a posterior day. So it's push, posterior, rest, push, legs, pull. So hit hamstrings twice a week. This is pretty much the only direct quad work on this day. So it's a little bit more quad dominant, but by this point, hamstrings are still finished because obviously we started with getting them short on there. So putting the prime leg extension to the set 3, mode 3, whatever you want to call it, so it drops off as the muscle gets short, so it gets easier. So just matching the strength profile to the resistance profile of the muscle at this point in the workout. Science, bro.
banging.
Fucking hell. Right, so I don't normally train calves. I'm gonna do like 1.5 hour set today. Reason being is genetically I've got quite strong calves. I've also got a weight cap to make for Classic, which I'm 40 pounds over right now, and I'm not that fat. There's a good amount to come off, but I'm not that fat. So getting my calves bigger is taking muscle away I could put elsewhere. Realistically, no one gives a shit about calves. No one's ever lost a show because they've got small calves. So I just effectively need to atrophy them as much as possible. So training them doesn't help. Legs are finished, we've done posing, had a look at Ari in person. Like to see clients in person quite often where I can. With him being close to Rotherham, it's relatively easy. But online check-ins only show so much. As you've seen, pretty decent natty. Got quite a lot of potential, I'd say. So getting him on stage early 2024. WMBF most likely first, so we'll see how it goes, but plenty of time still, got about a year plus off season to get on him. Instagram's h.b.fitness something, just to remind everyone that he does fitness. Let's go have a look, but that's it for legs. I've got push being filmed like a week from now, so it'll be out like a week or two after this one. But yeah, that's it really, just keep it going with the off season, food's going up, and it's all going well, so yeah, like and subscribe and all that shit, and we'll see you in the next one.